Hi guys, it's Anya from Interior Design Hub, and today I am so excited to go over this with you guys. I had a request for this video, and we're going to talk about paint. We're going to talk about eco-friendly paints. So I feel like I've talked about VOCs, and I've talked about, you know, certain things that are more sustainable than other things, but today I'm actually going to deep dive into actual products that are eco-friendly in the paint world. And I am really excited because I actually didn't know about some of these products. I really wanted to research and find really good products to share with you guys. And not sponsored, just doing my homework and finding products that are really good and I want to share with you guys, so that if you're trying to be more sustainable, then these are the paints for you. All right, let's dive in. So a little quick background on eco-friendly paints. A big part of eco-friendly paints, absolutely, we cannot, discount that, is the fact that they eliminate or greatly reduce off-gassing, which is better for our health. And it really does have to do with that indoor air environment, which is a really big factor with eco-friendly paint. So the first paint that I want to touch on, and again, I hadn't heard of this, but so neat. It is called Real Milk Paint. What I loved about this particular product was that it's biodegradable and compostable paint. So one of the really great things about the Real Milk Paint is that it is made from organic and non-toxic materials. And I feel like even a lot of the paints that have low VOCs, this is something that you don't often see. So this one is like huge on the list. I just was like blown away that they could actually make paint that was so natural. I don't know why, because I feel like, the history of paint, it was made, wasn't it made from like plants and stuff? Like something? Anyways, why this is great is that it means there are no VOCs. This is basically as organic as it gets. It comes in, I think we're used to being able to pick paints in any color we want on the spectrum. This one does come in a limitation. It has 56 colors that you can choose from, and you can use it for interior or exterior, which is great. And it does have that really durable finish. So, yes, there might be a little bit of limitations on color, but if it has some neutral colors, you're good to go, right? And really interesting tidbit, which I was like, okay, yeah, you don't normally see that with paint, that's for darn sure, is that if you swallow this paint, the MSDS sheets, so the safety data sheets that go with it, says, yes, consult a physician, make sure you do your due diligence. But with that recommendation, it says drink 2 12-ounce glasses of water with a little bit of vinegar in it. Okay, I feel like that's not what you expect from paint, but that's a good thing. That makes me feel really good about using a product that is so earth-friendly that it's even friendly if accidentally ingested, which try not to do that in general. You just shouldn't eat the paint, really for any reason, but just in case, if you mistakened it for something, I think you're gonna be okay. But just try not to eat the paint, okay? And I feel like before I get to the second paint, I should just touch a little bit again on what VOC stands for. So VOC stands for volatile organic compound. And this has to do with fungicides, biocides, and toxic pigments. When paint has a VOC in it, it's off-gassing, which is not good for us, and so we want to have little to no VOCs. So just a little reminder on what a VOC is. And a thing to note with VOCs, I feel like a lot of people think that it just happens while you paint it, but it actually can off-gas for quite a while after, so eliminating it or reducing it as much as possible is always a really good thing. The second paint line that I want to cover today is called Safe Coat. And I like that name. I feel like it's very much just it's safe to put it on your walls. It's a safe coat of paint. I just was not too much creativity, but really, hitting the nail on the head. So Safe Coat is a zero VOC eggshell paint. Zero VOC, it gives off no off-gassing. It does not off-gas, which is awesome. We love that. By not off-gassing, it means it has no hazardous air pollutants. And again, this is just all super good for us as humans. It means that we're not getting exposed to harmful chemicals. And it's made without formaldehyde preservatives, which is where a lot of that off-gassing comes from. So they're making it in a really healthy way as well. This paint, you'll be good. Just like the milk paint, this one is really, really good if you really can't handle any of that off-gassing. And honestly, we shouldn't handle any off-gassing. We don't need to be exposed to it. We can make paint without it. So try, if you can, to use an eco-friendly paint. So before we get to our next paint, what are we looking for when we're actually going out and trying to find an eco-friendly paint? Maybe some of these brands that I'm talking about today you don't have in your area. So what should you look for when you're trying to find a really good paint, a really good eco-friendly paint? So you really want to be looking for those green label certifications. So one of those is the Green Guard certification. When you see that on a can of paint, it means that they've been certified for low emissions. Another label that you can look for is a Declare label. So this label tells the buyer where a product comes from, what it's made of, and where it goes at the end of its life. And the last label that I want to touch on is the GreenWise label. And this label means and ensures that the product has less than 5 grams of VOCs per liter. And that's even after tinting and coloring it. All right, the third paint that I want to touch on today is Clare Paint. So Clare Paint, talking about the certifications that I just mentioned, is zero VOCs, it's Green Guard Gold certified, and it's also self-priming, low odor, and a washable paint. So it sounds, and from everything I've read on it, seems like a really good quality paint to use inside. So you're probably thinking, okay, great, a lot of interior paints, like, but what if I have something special that I need to work on? The fourth paint that I want to go over with you is called BioSheild Paint. Now this paint is designed for covering brick, plaster, masonry. So this is going into, you know, some of those more specialized areas where a regular paint doesn't necessarily work. So you still want to be eco-friendly, but you need a paint that works. BioSheild will help you out. It's a collection of solvent-free wall paint. It has zero VOCs. They're made mostly of water, chalk, and asbestos-free talc. And 1 gallon of this paint can cover around 300 to 400 square feet. So it's gonna, you know, actually perform quite well for you. So yeah, this one isn't just for walls. This is great for, let's say you have some brickwork that needs some painting, because like I never did paint my brick and now we're moving, but I've kind of thought about, like, every once in a while I'm like, maybe I want to paint it. But this product, this BioSheild paint, is a really good product to consider for that because of the no VOCs, and it's really good environmentally. So there is an option for that. The fifth paint that we're covering today is called Go Green World Products. This is a plant-based agri paint. It can be used for interior and exterior, and it's a bioacrylic paint. I don't really know what that means, but basically it doesn't emit anything. So no VOCs, you're not gonna get harmed like painting with this. So the company that makes this product uses raw materials over petroleum-based latex and acrylic resin in its paint. And it says that it can reduce VOCs emissions even further than EPA compliant zero VOC standards. So I just feel like that's a really good like mission for the company. Like they really are pushing the limits of making a green paint. And last but not least, I did want to touch on one of my personal favorite paint companies. And I mean, all the other ones I hadn't really heard about, and I'm really excited to experiment with some of them going forward. But this is one brand that I have used over and over and over again, and it is worth every penny. I just find their paint is exceptional. I've been using it for decades, and that is Benjamin Moore. And they are also a sustainable paint. So it just makes me feel really good when I use their paint, because I know that I'm getting that zero VOC. And the line that I use specifically with Benjamin Moore is the Aura line. Even better is their bath and spa paint. So I have used that in both of my bathrooms. It is mildew and mold resistant. It's totally works for high humidity, and trust me, I know, because I don't have a fan in my upstairs bathroom, and I had accidentally painted it with the wrong paint originally, and then I had to go and buy the good stuff, and I bought the Aura bath, and trust me, it never had that problem again. So when it comes to paint, I can speak from experience that the Benjamin Moore Aura line is a phenomenal paint. And the fact that it's sustainable and has like almost no odors, and it has just every color in the world, like you can match any color with it. For me, as an interior designer, as somebody who likes to have my home look a certain way, I have just found Aura paints really, really work well for me. So I would say, yes, they're not on the inexpensive end, but for a easily read, like you can find Benjamin Moore anywhere as an eco-friendly paint, as a good quality, long-lasting paint. This one I would say is a no-fail, but I am going to try the other ones because I hadn't heard of them, and they're great, and they seem really, really transparent with how their paints are manufactured, and that's really important. And I think, you know, we only have one earth. We got to keep it as clean and as safe as possible. And paint is one of those things that it's so easy to change the entire look of your house. If you want a quick spruce on your house, paint a room. You're going to feel like you're in a brand new space, and a coat of paint for what it costs is a really easy transformation. So run out, grab a can of eco-friendly paint, and jazz up your next space. On that note, if you're enjoying this content or want to hear more about some sustainable design ideas, please reach out in the comments below. Let me know, what you think. And if you've enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the thumbs up button. It's totally free, and it really does help me out. All right, guys, thank you so much. Until next time, bye.